Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild Moon Lacquer. In today's video we are doing part 4 of my summer nail polish rack. This time we are going over some bright greens into our yellows and oranges and a couple of our reds. This is again a continuation of the collaboration for my summer nail polish rack, so make sure to check the list down below for everyone else's videos. So we're going to start with this one here, a bright lime green holographic. This is from Lavish Polish and it's called Morning Dew. This one actually came out in a spring collection in 2017, but I thought it was really beautiful for summer because of that gorgeous linear holographic. It has tons of rainbows on the nail. This is it in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. Again, I think it's nice and bright for the summertime. I don't usually wear colors that are this bright in the spring. I like to stick to some usually softer shades, maybe some bleached neons, but I thought that this one was beautiful for the summer. And again, just look at that linear flare. Absolutely beautiful. So that one was Lavish Polish, Morning Dew. The next polish is from Emily DeMolly. This is called Place the Bets. This is one of her very bright, dare I say, neon polishes with the white matte glitters in it. This is very, very fun, almost like a tennis ball yellow green. This is it layered in 2 coats. This one is pretty opaque on those 2 coats. And I love the look of the layered glitters. With these glitters, I have noticed you do want to work with fairly thin coats. If you do too thick of a coat, you will get glitters that sort of lay on top of each other too much, and then you'll get somewhat of a bumpy look on the nail. But I love how it looks in the 2 coats that I did. You can also rework the top layer of the polish and sort of move the glitters around. But again, I thought the color was just beautifully fun and bright for summer. So that was Emily DeMolly's Place the Bets. Next up, we're sticking with those bright tennis ball green yellows. This one's definitely more on the green side. This is from Orly and it is Neon Paradise. This is another very bright green, this time in a cream formula. This is it in 2 coats. I think this one does have a slight squish factor to it. It's not strictly a solid cream, but it was nice and opaque for me in 2 coats. Again, a very bright summer green. Have I said that enough? It's a very bright green. So that was from Orly, Neon Paradise. Next up, we're moving into our yellow green. So this is more on the yellow side. This time, I would actually describe this more as like a yellow with a pinch of green in it. So this is from China Glaze and it's called It's All Techno. This came out in the Trolls World Tour collection. This is it in 2 coats. Like I said, this one definitely is more on the yellow side of things with that pinch of green. This one is a rather interesting color for me for the summer because this color is not one that I would normally have picked, but I thought it was a really neat variation on the bright neon greens, the highlighter yellow greens that I was seeing. This one has a slightly different tone to it. So we'll see how I like this one. Like I said, it's an unusual color for me to wear, but I thought I'd give it a try for summer. So that was China Glaze It's All Techno. And I've got 2 yellows on my rack. This first one is from Tonic. This is called Shine a Light, and it's a yellow shimmer polish. This one has beautiful shifts in it. I see gold and green with some blue on the edges. You see that blue popping up? A little bit of maybe even a red popping at certain extreme angles. This is it in 2 coats. It's actually very bright on the nail. I don't know if you can see how bright that is. It's not super opaque. I think most nails might need to come back with a 3rd coat or wear this over a cream polish, but it is intensely vibrant. And then you've got that beautiful shifting shimmer. Yellow is another one of those colors that's rather unusual for me to wear. I still don't have too many in my collection, but I thought that this was a really fun one to try for the summer. And I actually don't remember if I got this in a D-stash or where I came by it, but I do have a handful of these type of yellows in my collection, and I think it's mainly the shimmer that has drawn my attention in. So this is a nice sunshine yellow from Tonic, Shine a Light. The second yellow is from Vanessa Molina, and this one actually looks much different on the nail. I think in the bottle they can look rather similar, but the Vanessa Molina actually is almost like got a pinch of green to it. I don't know if you can see that around the edges. It's not a strict yellow. Then you've got the warm flash of the flakies in here and the shimmer. This is it in 2 coats. And as you can see, it is very different from the tonic once you have it on the nail. That warm flash to it makes it look very different. Plus, even tonally, I think you can see what I was meaning about how vibrant the one from tonic is. It's bam in your face with that yellow, whereas this one is almost more of a soft, buttery yellow. And then you have that flash of the warm shift in the flakies and the shimmer. This one is also fairly sheer. I think you can see my nail fairly well through this. But again, in this sort of lighting, when you aren't dealing with a backlighting, it does get more opaque. So on shorter nails, I think 2 coats would probably be just fine. And again, a beautiful soft yellow, but still, I think, vibrant enough for the summer. So that was Vanessa Molina. Did I even say the name? I didn't. This one is Madeline. Now we're moving into our yellow oranges. This first one is from Orly and it is called Summer Sunset. This is a fairly new acquisition for me from a D-stash, and I'm really glad that I got this. It's a beautiful shade and it has shimmer in it. This is it in 2 coats. I love the tone of this. It definitely is an orange, but as far as orange goes, it is a yellow orange. It's a beautiful shade, somewhat like a tangerine. And then that shimmer in there is really gorgeous. I don't see this kind of finish from Orly all that often, and I really would love to see more because I love it. This one is Orly's Summer Sunset. The next one is also from Orly. This time it is Tangerine Dream. This one came out in the Summer 2021 collection, and this one is another bright orange. This one is definitely sticking in the orange family. You can see that yellow by comparison to Summer Sunset. This one is a nice, vibrant, punchy orange, almost neon. It is very bright. I think this one is going to be very fun to wear on the nails. And tonally, again, I just love this one. So that was Orly's Tangerine Dream. Now we're moving on into some shimmers, although there are still some creams coming up. This next one is from Lights Lacquer, Mr. Brightside. This is a gorgeous, juicy orange full of golden glass fleck. It does have a somewhat squishy formulation. This is it in 2 coats. I think on longer nails, you'd probably want a 1/3 to reach full opacity. But again, I thought this was such a fun one for summer. It's nice and juicy and vibrant. Just screams summer to me. So that one was Lights Lacquer, Mr. Brightside. Next up, we've got one from Girly Bits. This is called This Girl Is on Pfizer. It came out in August 2021 for Polish pickup, and this is a gorgeous orange. This one has some pink in it as well as that golden shimmer. It also has a little bit of green there, you can see, shifting at the edge of the bottle. This one definitely has a squishy formula. This is it in 2 coats. But again, in certain lighting, when you don't have the backlight, this one isn't quite as sheer as it's coming across on camera. And I absolutely love the pink in this with that juicy orange background. So shifty and so beautiful. I'm really glad I ended up grabbing this one. And again, if you did want this one to be fully opaque, you could always pair this one over actually this next one that's coming up from Lights Lacquer, which is Who Loves Orange Soda. Or you could pair it over this one from Orly, which is Artificial Orange. I think those two would pair together beautifully. But that one was Girly Bits. This Girl Is on Pfizer. Next up, we're looking at that Lights Lacquer, Who Loves Orange Soda. This one had more of a squishy formula than I remember, but it is a beautiful orange. This is it in 2 coats. I think you can sort of see that squish factor. Can sort of see my nail from behind, but again, on shorter nails, I don't think it would be as sheer as it might be coming across on camera. But another juicy, beautiful orange. That one was from Lights Lacquer, Who Loves Orange Soda. Then we're looking at another orange shimmer from Polished for Days. This is Simba from the Disney collection. I'm really glad I got this one, although I am kicking myself for not getting more from the collection. As a Disney fan, I should have known better and gotten quite a few more, but this is the only one that I grabbed. But it is a gorgeous bright orange. You've got a load of glass fleck in there. Mainly I'm seeing gold, but I do see pink and maybe a little bit of blue at the edges. This is it in 2 coats. I thought this one was surprisingly opaque in those 2 coats. Beautifully glowy on the nail, and again this shade of like a pinky orange is just beautiful. I think this one might have to go on my short list of polishes to wear, but my short list is quickly getting pretty long. But that was Polished for Days Simba. Next up, we're looking at another shimmer polish from Emily Damali. This one is Secret Sights. This one does have more of a pink lean to it. And actually on the swatch base, there's definitely more of a pink base to it. And then you've got a load of shimmer that shifts between orange, gold, green, a little bit of blue. This one I was having a hard time picking out which side of the rack it should go on because it doesn't really fit with the other pinks. So I had it with the oranges, but it definitely has more pink to it than a lot of these other oranges. This is it in 2 coats. I think here you can definitely tell the beautiful shade of like corally pink that it is. It's actually even more juicy than that. Not quite a coral. I'm not really sure what I would call this. Maybe a watermelon? And that glow though is beautiful. This is another one that is slightly squishy, but not as squishy as some of the other shimmer polishes. It's somewhat in line with the one that we just looked at from Polish for Days, where I think most nails would be just fine with 2 coats, unless you have very long nails. Plus this one has so much going on, I think the shimmer would distract from most visible nail lines. But again, love this one. I think it's so beautiful and juicy. That again was from Emily Damali, Secret Sights. Next up, we've got one from Rogue Lacquer. This one is Anything is Popsicle from the Summer Advent Calendar for 2022. You're probably tired of hearing me say this because I think I've had one of their colors in every color category so far, but this one was a limited edition event that they had going, so apologies about it not being available anymore, although a lot of the ones from Polish Pickup are not available anymore either. But with these, I believe when she reopens the store on the 20th, so if you're watching this around the 20th, I think this one might post after. But the point is she might have some available, so it's possible that she has a couple available on her website, or did when she opened it on the 20th. But this one was a very fun summer calendar to get a hold of, and this is a beautiful orange for the summer. Again, I feel like my camera's sort of washing this one out. It is much punchier in person. You have a very vibrant orange, maybe like a coral leaning orange. And then you've got some flakies in there. I think they are like a silver holographic. Maybe? I'm not too sure on that. And then you've got shimmer in it. It's a really gorgeous shade, and because it is a cream base, it is going to be more opaque than the other polishes that we've been looking at. This is it in 2 coats. I mean, just look how summery and fun that is. Love this one. It is gorgeous. The flakies in here are definitely more on the subtle side, but they do add a little bit of twinkling. But that shimmer looks really beautiful on here. It adds a flash of some pink and a little bit of gold at certain angles. So that one was Rogue Lacquer's Anything is Popsicle. Next up, we are looking at one from Trio Lacquer, or Trio. I always say Trio. I don't know why. But this one is Quokka Selfie. This one came out in the, I believe, charity box for July 2021. This is such a fun summer polish, and I love the inspiration. I would love to see these little Quokkas in person. They seem like such cheerful little critters. But this is a gorgeous coral shade. Again, you've got some gold shimmer in there. This one does have a lot of white in the base, so it is very different from the one from Rogue. And tonally, it's also a bit more true leaning on the coral side. I think you can see the difference between the two here. There's more pink or coral in the one from Trio. In the one from Trio. Yes, I hear you, Willa. And then you can see that this one from Rogue is definitely more on the orange side of things. So I think you can tell the difference a little bit here on the nail. But this is the one from Trio, Quokka Selfie. This one's nice and opaque. I don't see too many people needing a third for this one. It's beautiful and bright. I think I'm going to really enjoy this one for summer. So that one is Trio Lacquers Quokka Selfie. What will it be? I know. Next up, we're looking at another Orly. This one is called Artificial Orange. This one I think also came out in the summer 2021 collection. I loved that entire collection. I actually used the entire collection in last year's summer rack, so I tried to limit myself to how many I had on this rack. I think even with that, this is what, the third Orly from that collection? Yeah, Synthetic Symphony, Tangerine Dream. Yeah, Tangerine Dream, and then Artificial Orange. But I tried to limit myself. I could have easily done... Actually, no, I take that back. This is... Okay, so I have a lot of them. Never mind. I almost have the entire collection. I think the only one that I'm missing is Kaleidoscope Eyes. I had that one on my spring rack. So, oops, I have all of those on my summer rack again. Oh well, I can't say I regret that. But in any case, this is a really beautiful, bright summer orange. This one, again, does lean towards that neon flare. This is it in 2 coats. I think that most people would be just fine with 2 coats on this one. It is nice and vibrant. Artificial Orange is definitely another one of those shades that I'm really excited to wear as a full mani, because last year I only wore them in one, like, dot mani. So I didn't really wear any of the colors as full manis, and I'm really excited to get this one on my nails. I think it's going to be really, really fun. So that one is Orly's Artificial Orange. Next up, we have one of the softer shades that I've chosen for my summer rack. This is from Essie, and it is called Tarte Deco. This is more on the cantaloupe side of things. I think my bottle has a little bit of ugly bottle syndrome going on. You've got some of the white and yellow that has settled on the sides of the bottle, but this is how it applies. This is 2 coats. It definitely has that juicy cantaloupe coral shade to it. It has more white in it, so you can see that it is a softer tone than the one from Orly, but still a nice bright summer shade. This is another one I think that I'm going to really enjoy on my nails. Nice beautiful cream too, so it would be good to use in nail art. So this was Essie's Tarte Deco. And then next up, and I think the last of our oranges, is from Anchor and Heart. This one is Isn't It Ironic? This one came out in the polish pickup for May 2018. 2018, wow. So I don't think back in 2018 I was actually shopping for oranges very often. I got this in, I believe, a mystery box, and I thought it was really fun for summer. Very unique to my collection as well. It is a juicy orange color, very reminiscent of orange soda. Yeah, very reminiscent of that as far as its tone goes, although I think Isn't It Ironic is coming across a little bit darker. But what makes this one really unique is the components in there. You have multi-chrome flakies in a couple of different kinds, and I believe iridescent glitter and shimmer. So I don't have anything else quite like this in my collection. Look at all the colors that are coming across there. And then the multi-chrome flakies have some purple and teal that pop up. This is it in 2 coats. Again, very, very unique to my summer rack and to my collection in general. I think some people with longer nails might need a 3rd coat to get this one to be fully opaque. But again, really fun color for summer. Really excited to wear this one. I'm not sure if I'll do a full mani or maybe use this as an accent with some other colors. But I really like that one, and again, super unique to my collection. So that was Anchor and Heart, Isn't It Ironic? Now we're getting into some reds. This first red is from Cupcake Polish, and it is Sunberry to Love. This is another one that I had sort of a hard time deciding which side of the rack it should go on, because it is a berry shade, but it is more red than a lot of the pinks that I was looking at before. This is it in 2 coats. As you can see, it is a stunning holographic. The shade of this is a very rich berry with a pinch of red in it. I think a lot of that red is coming from the holographic flare. Such a juicy and very vibrant shade. This is another one that I'm very excited to wear this summer. I mean, just look at that. Absolutely stunning. That is Cupcake Polish, Some Berry to Love. Next up is a red cream from Sally Hansen from their Mega Strength line. This is called Class Act, and this is a somewhat squishy formula of a red polish. I think this one would be a cool tone red, maybe? I think there's a little bit of blue in there. This is it in 2 coats. I think you can sort of see the squish factor. I think longer nails would definitely need a 3rd for this one, but this is the kind of color that I actually like with a bit of squish to it. I think it looks really beautiful on the nail. I think on camera, it's not coming across as cool tone as I feel like it is in person. But another one that I think is really fun for the summer, and again, I'm sort of trying to push myself in this color family to add some to my rack, because reds are one of those colors along with yellows that I don't really wear a lot of, but I've been getting some lately that I really like that lean towards the pink, or like this one are just vibrant enough for summer. I thought I'd push myself and see if I could get this one on my nails. So that was Sally Hansen's Class Act. And that is the last one that we're going to go over in part 4 of my summer nail polish rack. We will pick it up with another red hollow in part 5, and then we'll dig into some Zoyas. So again, make sure to look down below for the list of everyone else participating in the summer collab. Make sure to hit the little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you in that next one.